Hi, how you doing? My name is Steve Cochran. Some of you know me, some of you may not. And I am doing a recording tonight about a business presentation, something that it's a something that's been very close to my heart for a while. And I've been meaning to do something like this, do a video recording, so people that I can't go show this to in person can just look on YouTube and Facebook and the beauties of the internets and see what it is that I'm excited about, um, and really connect to what's going on in the market and the opportunities that are before us. Now, as a disclaimer, I am slightly not at my top potential right now. Um, I've got this little cane I've been using for walking. Decided that maybe I should go play some football last week and ended up messing up my back, and now I'm waiting for physical therapy to hopefully work so I can avoid back surgery. So, as a disclaimer, tonight I am presenting to you on a combination of, let's see here, I think oxycodone, Valium, and steroids. So, this may not make completely cohesive sense, but I'm convinced that people who are looking for something, you're not going to need it to be all perfectly detailed. You're not going to need all of the answers. You're going to need to see just a skosh, just enough for you to go, wait a second, there might be something here that I really need to look at. So that's all I'm really hoping to share with you guys tonight is something that if you're looking, and a lot of people aren't looking, but maybe in the back of your mind, there's this question, maybe there's something more. Maybe my life doesn't have to be the same day in, day out grind that it has been. Um, let me give you a little bit of my story. I'm an entrepreneur. I've got a family, a wife, two beautiful kids, and we have been struggling for the longest time trying to make ends meet in this economy. This economy, the dollar wage for a single earning household doesn't go anywhere near as far as it did 40 years ago. There's a lot of market data out there, which I'm not going to go into extensively tonight, but you could look at the Department of Labor or different statistics to see that that's the actual case. People don't make the same amount of money as they used to. Yes, we make more money, but the cost comparison between the wage and the market is horribly demolished anymore with the way our economy is going. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple of things tonight. One of the things I want to start with is the why, how, and what. Now, this originally comes from a TED Talk, and I'll put the link in the description below. But it's the idea that there are two different basic ways to live your life, and what's one of the first things you ask somebody when you meet them is, "Oh, well, hi, James. What do you do?" Everybody categorizes their whole existence off of the what. Okay. Oh, I'm a plumber. I'm a teacher. I'm a doctor. I'm a truck driver. Okay. They talk about the what, and that's really kind of how they identify. But if you wanted to do something significant in life, if what you're doing isn't giving you a life that is full of ease, full of fun, full of meaningful connections with your family, with your kids, with the people around you, and you're feeling unfulfilled in one way or another, maybe we need to not focus on the what so much as we need to focus on why. Why are you living? Why do you get up every morning? Why? Okay. So if we look at why, there's a couple of good ways to look at this. My why right now is when I saw what I'm about to show you guys, one word hit me upside the back of the head. And it was the word stewardship. And the concept for me was based on what I just saw, what I know now. I have an obligation as a steward of that knowledge and as a steward of what I see going on in the market. I have an obligation to share that. And it's not my job to convince you of anything tonight or today or whenever you're watching this video. It is my job to simply present to you information as well as I can and give you an opportunity to follow up for some more information. What you do with it from there is up to you. When I was as an entrepreneur looking for things to do to make more money in this crazy economy, I was looking for something that didn't violate God's or man's laws. So it had to be, legal. It had to be ethical. I wanted something. I wanted to be a part of a group of people who believed in dreaming big, and being responsible and chasing their dreams, and not just going after anything and everything that could possibly give them their dreams, but really being methodical about considering, is this a good option or is it not? And when I saw what I'm showing you right now, um, it really matched up with a lot of things that are common held rules and practices in business to evaluate whether or not a business is a good opportunity. I'll tell you one of the things that's really driving my why, just so I can kind of connect you to this for me, is my why. I've got good why and I've got bad why. My good why is I'm a dreamer. I love the idea of using the gift of our capitalist society. I'm a self-proclaimed dirty, rotten, money-grubbing capitalist pig dog, for all the right reasons. I've always been fascinated by the idea of doing large charity drives. I absolutely love philanthropy. I love the idea of being able to coordinate bike rides to go raise a whole bunch of money. These are kind of like big picture things. I'd love to do large homeless shelter and low income housing projects. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And when you get down to that, that's kind of the big fluffy stuff. The most important core stuff is there are people in the world right now, in the economy right now, who are able to be full time moms and dads at 30, 35, 40, and I'm not. So if somebody's doing it and it's legal and ethical, why can't I? Um, the flip side, the bad side of the why I'm doing, especially tonight, really a trigger tonight. I got sick and tired. So what you got right now is you got a presenter who's shaky from oxycodone and Valium and steroids, and a little bit of anger because the reason I'm using this cane to get around right now is for about 15 years I've had a weak back. 10 years ago, I got an injury at work. And instead of fully rehabbing that injury, I signed off on my physical therapy so I could go back to work because I wasn't making enough money on my reduced wages from workers' comp. So I ignored some common sense, to be honest, and went against better judgment and went back to work. And I have ended up with back problems for the last 10 years. Well, finally, last week, my idiocy caught up with me. And I have had the worst pain that I've had pretty much my entire life over the past 72 to 96 hours. And something finally clicked in my head. I've always known what I needed to do to take care of myself, but I always put it off because I needed better time and better money in order to pursue it. The sad truth is my relationship is struggling because I've put it off trying to provide time, trying to get better time and better money. I haven't done as good a job being a great dad because I've always been focused on trying to get more time and more money. Are we noticing a trend here? So as we're looking at this together tonight, I want you to really think, is there something I'm putting off right now because I don't have the time or the money? If there is, I want you to take this next section of time. Turn off the TV. The hardest thing for me is jumping off of YouTube and stopping all of the cycling video marathons. Oh, the Tour Down Under and GCN and proper bike setup tips and what's coming out with Specialized. All these things that consume our evening time without actually producing anything. So I really want to encourage you, if there is something that you're putting off because of a lack of time and money, I would beg you just for tonight, take a look at what I see here. And if it's something that intrigues you, then let's talk some more. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start off with an ABC primetime video. And this was aired back in 2005 originally, when the company I'm working with really started getting a foothold and started making headway in the market and getting some real attention. So I'm going to get that going for you guys, and then I'll come back after the video and we'll get into some of the nitty gritty and go from there. All right, talk to you guys soon. Here we go. This is ABC Primetime, John Quinones. And something I want you to remember when you're watching this, ABC Primetime gets their ratings off of finding things that are too good to be true and blowing holes in them. So look at how this went, and we'll talk about it after.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Can we scoop? Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body.
Leading to disease.
Leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes.
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching Protandim for the company. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
Major universities and government agencies initiated and continue self-funded studies following the ABC Primetime Investigative Report you just viewed that originally aired in 2005. These studies continue to reveal more scientific evidence about Protandim's unique benefits. They are published in major scientific and medical journals. The next video will bring you up to date.
Developed after 40 years of research and exclusively for Lifevantage, Protandim is a true scientific breakthrough in anti-aging. Protandim has been reported on ABC, NBC, and PBS, featured in the Wall Street Journal, and described in CNN Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta's book, Chasing Life: The Quest for Immortality. Protandim's creator, Dr. Joe McCord, is a world-renowned scientist and a pioneer in free radical biology. Dr. McCord is the discoverer of the key anti-aging enzyme superoxide dismutase. His role in the discovery is so significant, the enzyme is measured in McCord units.
When I was a graduate student at Duke University, my thesis research was the discovery of a new enzyme called superoxide dismutase. This enzyme had the odd function of scavenging free radicals in the human body.
For Dr. McCord's discovery of superoxide dismutase and his contributions in free radical biology, he was awarded the Elliott-Cresson Medal. This medal is awarded to distinguished inventors and scientists, putting Dr. McCord in the same company as Pierre and Marie Curie, Alexander Graham Bell, Orville Wright, and Henry Ford. Dr. Joe McCord has devoted his life's work to the study of free radicals, their role in aging, and the many problems associated with aging.
Free radicals were known to be involved in a lot of damaging chemistry that's involved in the decay and the rusting phenomenon of metals.
When you break it down to what free radicals are, that is cellular damage at the cellular level. It's damaging of the cells, and that damage that is caused, that's what oxidative stress is. Oxidative stress, in layman's terms, is rusting from the inside out.
Consumers spend billions every year on antioxidants in the form of food and supplements, hoping to reduce these free radicals. But antioxidants from these sources can only eliminate one free radical for every one antioxidant molecule you consume. Protandim is scientifically proven to slow cellular damage caused by free radicals. Taking one Protandim 1 time per day for 30 days turns on these anti-aging enzymes in your body. Your own enzymes eliminate free radicals at a rate of 1 million to 1.
So 1 molecule of superoxide dismutase can react with up to 1 million free radicals per second, every second. We found, as many other scientists had documented, that there is a progressive increase in T-bars in your blood the older you get. When these same people took Protandim for 30 days, the age-dependent increase in lipid peroxidation was completely eliminated. After Protandim, we could no longer distinguish the 80-year-old from the 20-year-old. The statement that Protandim supplementation can completely eliminate the age-dependent increase in oxidative stress is a very powerful statement. It's been peer-reviewed. It's even been scrutinized by review regulatory agencies and completely validated.
Protandim is protected by 3 U.S. patents. Universities around the world continue to initiate and fund their own studies of Protandim and to evaluate how this anti-aging breakthrough can prevent and improve many of the hundreds of problems associated with aging.
Using the product, you're gonna definitely see the benefits in your life. And you can also know with a surety, because of these studies that have been published, that it's gonna do what you think it's going to do and what it's supposed to do.
All right, guys. So that was the ABC Primetime Investigative Report and a little bit of follow-up. We actually have more patents on more products now. One of the things I absolutely love about that video is the fact that there's a lot of companies, a lot of businesses that go around talking about what they found out about an ingredient in their product, what they researched about their product. This was ABC Primetime talking about our product. If you notice that scrolling list at the end of the video of all the universities that have done studies, it's pretty incredible. Right now, if you were to go to PubMed, and PubMed.gov it's like the Google of the National Institute of Health, and you were to look up oxidative stress, which is what Protandim and Lifevantage, the company you just saw that video on, is what they're working on addressing. If you look up oxidative stress on PubMed, it is linked to most diseases. Everything from cancer to neurodegenerative diseases to diabetes, ALS, multiple sclerosis. It's just, the list goes on. There's like more than 88,000 hits on PubMed.gov for oxidative stress alone. And of course, what does everybody talk about as far as, oh, what do you do to combat free radical damage? You take antioxidants. Well, and I think it's in that video, they talk about, well, if you take antioxidants, you can eliminate one antioxidant for every, or one free radical for every antioxidant you take. But your body is designed to do 1 million every second. Now, just looking at that, it's kind of a basic duh statement that you'd want 1 million every second to eliminate all of these disease-causing free radicals, as opposed to just one. If you look at the most powerful natural antioxidant right now, it has an auric value, or a potency, it's like a potency level of 350,000, it might be 315,000 auric value. And that means it eliminates, in this category right here, the 1-to-1 category, it eliminates 350,000 free radicals, which sounds like a lot, until you realize that your body is attacked by 300 sextillion. Okay, so that's a 3 with 23 zeros after it. I'm not even going to take the time to write it, and besides, I'm sitting in bed in pain, and I would have to like twist around to write all these zeros all the way across the top of the board. So if you've got 300 sextillion free radicals attacking your body every single day, and you're taking ground cloves, which is the most powerful antioxidant known to man. Oh, by the way, that's 100 grams of ground cloves. Oh yeah, and ground cloves are a hallucinogen. So you would have to be seriously tripping to eliminate 350,000. This is like taking a Dixie cup to a wildfire, okay? But when your body is making its own free radical fighting antioxidants, it's 1-to-1 million. And though we don't make any claims, we do not cure, prevent, or treat any disease, the one medical claim we can make is that Protandim, just the Protandim product, can eliminate up to 40% of your, actually I think it's an average of 40% of your free radicals in 30 days or less. So that takes 300 sextillion down by 120 sextillion free radicals. Now, what I can tell you is over here, free radicals cause disease, okay? Stress, body stress are breaking down old age is caused by oxidative stress. And then I can come over here and I can tell you that Protandim will cut your oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days or less. Now, what I will not tell you is that we cure, prevent, or treat any disease. And here's why I won't tell you that. Because the Protandim isn't doing it. Your body is. It's really cool. Something they don't talk about in the video, but is the basis of all of our science, is an acronym called NRF2. And what NRF2 is it is a protein pathway in your body that when it is activated by the specific patented ratio of ingredients in Protandim, NRF2 turns on your body's ability to make its own antioxidants, which are, as you saw in the video, exponentially more powerful. Something else about that video, and I'm going to put some links here in the description below so you can check out some of these other products. The video that you just saw spurred a huge outpouring of interest and research, and what people started realizing is, oh wow, NRF2 can actually affect things like skin cancer. It can give us, better energy. It can affect diabetes. It can, there's a huge raft of research out there right now on NRF2. So it was discovered in the human body in 1994 in Japan. There was one study. As of last year, there was more than 5,500 studies on NRF2 activation and what it does for the human body. So what Lifevantage did is they followed that research that was done on our products, and they looked at, okay, well, we're going to go out and we're going to develop a skincare product. Skincare product is fascinating. For any of you ladies or men who know something about the cosmetics industry, the creme de la creme of healthcare, of skincare, is retinol. And we have documented third-party peer-reviewed scientific research that shows from a basic health point of view that our skincare line, which is called TrueScience, again, information in the description below, TrueScience blows retinol out of the water for about a quarter of the price of the top stuff out there. We also took and adopted an energy line. Everybody has energy drinks and all that. This was specifically formulated for the athlete market, but it's great for everybody. It's great for mental focus. It's all herbal. You don't get the, super jittery, oh my goodness, I'm, about to fall off the road because I'm so hyped up on my energy drink that I just got at the gas station. I've got horror stories from that. But this actually our energy drink gives you a clarity of focus that just is second to none. Gives you a ton of energy. It's something that doesn't drop at the end. You don't get a crash. I absolutely love our energy drink. It's called Axio, again, in the description below. And then people started giving the Protandim to their animals, and we have results from videos, which I'll link again below. You noticing the theme here? I'm trying to save you time right now in this video. So people who have given Protandim to their horses, people who have given Canine Health, which is the canine specific product from Lifevantage, to their dogs. It was specifically formulated with the help of some of the top vets here in the nation. And then we just came out with a brand new product called PhysIQ. Now, this is so brand new, I really haven't had a chance to dig into it. But again, I'm going to put the link in the description below. Another, should be easy for you to find by now. But what PhysIQ does is it's not weight loss. It's not one of these fad diets where you're going to go crashing and falling, crashing and rising. It is specifically designed for a completely healthy approach to weight management, not weight loss. Now, there's a lot of people having some great weight loss stories. We even had one of the ladies I work with went from a size 22 dress down to a size 14 dress in 6 weeks, which sounds dangerous, right? That's 8 dress sizes. But the way it's formulated scientifically with all of the lab research we've done, It's actually a very healthy way, and then you manage that weight. So here's what we've got. We've got a trend. The biggest trend in the economy right now, especially as far as marketing products, is health and wellness. There are, I mean, just down at the mall here, down the way from me, about 15 minutes, there are 4 stores that are specifically designed solely for women's workout wear, and one of them is for kids. An entire store in the mall dedicated to kids' workout apparel. Health and wellness is where everybody's going. And then on the flip side of that, we've got the whole idea of, we had the market crash. The market just crashed again. People are kind of freaking out about money. They're trying to figure out ways to replace the income that they lost. And so that's what we're going to take a look at now. We're going to look at the business angle of this, because I think once you look at the products in the description below, and you look, of course, you just saw Protandim. Everybody needs it. There's some great testimonials out there, but testimonials are just testimonials. The science is incontrovertible. We've got science all over the place, and it's not our science. It's University of Washington, the Mayo Clinic, Louisiana State University, American Heart Association, their medical journal, which is called Circulation. So this isn't just fly-by-night companies. This is actual medical research. So I think you and I can agree that the products are pretty incredible. The entire pharmaceutical industry is chasing NRF2 right now. Okay, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to talk about the business side of things, because this is what's really exciting for me. If you are looking for something more, if you're looking to stop putting things that are important to you on the back burner, what's your plan B? Do you have a plan for taking them off the back burner? And if you do, is that plan working? Well, let's take a look at what you could be doing, and let's really evaluate whether or not this is a good business model. Back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, if any of you have taken business classes, I'll pretty much guarantee you've read Peter Drucker's work. He was one of the modern day formulators of the way our economy works. And Peter Drucker identified that out of all the businesses that start, in 5 years, 95% of them have gone. They've just disappeared. So only 5% of businesses succeed after 5 years. And he looked at the lowest the common denominators of all of those businesses to see if there was something that they all shared. So here's what he came up with: 6 things that there you go, 6. There we go. 6 things that successful businesses that make it past that 5-year mark share. And here's what we're looking at. I'm going to make sure okay, I can see it there. Okay, so they got a good, solid company. Okay, they've got trends that are, actively in the market. They've got good timing. Okay, they've got great products. They've got a good compensation program, and they've got a system in place where anybody can do it. So we've already kind of talked about trends. Health and wellness and wealth, regaining wealth are some of the biggest trends right now in the entire economy. I'm just going to go ahead and apologize for the shakiness. The computer's actually sitting on a pillow that my knee is on to relieve the pressure on my back. So just throwing that disclaimer out there. Let's jump back into company, okay? Company. This company is, again, Lifevantage. It's on the NASDAQ as LFVN. And what has the stock market been doing lately? It's been going woo, okay? The last 6 or 7 weeks, we've gone from 89 cents to more than $7.92 the last time I checked. And that's in a tanking economy. Here's what I like about having a publicly traded company. There's no nut job at the top saying, I think I'm going to change how everybody else gets paid so I make money and you guys don't, okay? With a publicly traded company, you have a group of people known as stockholders who are focused on the long-term health of the company so everybody can make money. Not just one guy who's saying, I want to give myself a 30% raise on the backs of everybody else, okay? So the company LFVN, Lifevantage, publicly traded. You can check us out. It's another cool thing. You can actually see what their books look like, what their stock has done, and how they're performing. Trends, we've already established the trends are pretty awesome. Products, we talked about the products, and if you didn't get enough information about the products, in the description below. Okay, so products. The system, here's what I'm going to say about the system. If I had a Lifevantage Ferrari sitting in your driveway right now, and you could, now a Ferrari is a phenomenal piece of machinery, okay? If you don't know what you're doing with that thing, it's going to tear you apart. And you're going to get to learn how to drive that Ferrari from one of two people, okay? A professional race car driver like Mario Andretti and a 16-year-old punk kid who just got his license. Now, who do you want to learn how to drive that Ferrari from? You want it from the professional coach, okay? This system was designed by the top people in our industry. We have people at the top levels of our industry who started as lawnmowers, as cardiac surgeons, as cops, as gym owners, as physical therapists, just stay-at-home moms, okay? Anybody can build this business, so I'm not going to focus a lot on system. There is a proven system that anybody can do. The hardest thing about it is deciding you're going to do it and sticking to it, because it's so much easier to just go, I think I'll see how American Idol is doing. I think I'm going to see who's got talent, okay? It's so easy to make that and just numb out, but I'm telling you, when you numb out and you don't focus on things and you don't go proactively after your life, you might end up in pain in bed for a couple of days or weeks or months. The time is now. If there's something you're putting off, the time is now. Okay. I'm back to where I was. Squirrel. Okay. So looking at the most important things we have right now, I would say the timing is the most important. If we were going to graph this out, okay, and you put all 6 of these things on a graph, on a pie graph, I would put timing right here. And here's why I put timing right there. If my demonstration for you today was, I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to take a machete, I'm just going to chop off my thumb, okay? I'm going to pop a magic pill, and all of a sudden, there's my thumb again. That's a pretty incredible product, right? Here's the problem, though. After you and I do that demonstration, you start driving down the street, and you realize that every single car along the street has a sign that says, we sell the magic pill. Every yard sign that you see says, we sell the magic pill. If everybody's selling it, is that a good business opportunity? No, it's not. You missed your timing. That's like investing $1,000 in Microsoft today instead of investing $1,000 in Microsoft in 1984. Now, if you had invested $1,000 in Microsoft in 1984, you would have more than $10.5 million today. So it's all about timing. Products are great. The finances are great too. Here's why finances probably take up another quarter of this. Okay. Let's say the timing is good with the thumb regrowth product. Okay. But I'm going to tell you, every single time you go sell a bottle of the magic pill, I'm going to pay you $1, which means you've got to sell 100 of them to people in order to make $100. That's really not compelling. I've got things I'd rather be doing than just doing business every night when I get off work. I would rather be riding my bike. I would rather be spending time with my kids. I would rather be doing music. I would rather be doing all kinds of different things. So the money has to be good in order to compel me to change my habits and to pursue a dream when it's so easy to get stuck in your rut. Okay? So we're going to talk about money at the end, because that is really kind of what makes this whole thing go around. But let's talk about the timing for a second. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Okay, going back to Peter Drucker, those of you who have experience in business economics will recognize the S-curve of economics. Okay, basic concept is any product, technology, or idea that comes to market goes from a 0 to 10% growth curve. if it hits that 10% growth curve. In other words, 10% of the people in the market are aware of or are using that product. If and when it hits 10%, it will go from 10% to 90% in the same amount of time or less it took to go from 0 to 10. Now, we know this from historical data from cell phones, automobiles, probably the toaster oven, DVDs, personal computers, commercial flight. They all went through this growth curve. Here's what else we know. If something doesn't hit the growth curve or the 10%, it won't go anywhere. Perfect example of this, and a lot of you aren't going to recognize this reference, but beta tape players. Okay, beta tape players were a comparative to VHS. The VCR playing the VHS tapes. VHS hit the 10% and went through the roof. Beta players didn't hit 10% and they went nowhere. So here's what we know about the industry as a whole. If you are involved in the S-curve of growth in any new idea or a company, whatever your income here is, let's say it's $10,000, okay? $10,000 a month. If you do nothing between 10% and 90%, you add a 0 to it. Now, this is usually where people go, oh, yeah, Steve, sure they do. This guy's a full-on crackpot. I can put you on the phone with people who are doing that right now in this company. This company's been around in this function for 5 years. Here's what we've done. This company has gone from $3 million to $214 million. And I believe that was in about 6 years, actually. Okay. What we know from our industry, and this is the direct sales and network marketing industry, people call it a lot of things, MLMs, network marketing, all that. And a lot of people get turned off by that. And I understand that because I've worked in the industry before and went nowhere, made no money, but I got a lot of benefit because it helped me with my mindset. It helped me with my career. But this is the industry we're in. And it's the best, most profitable industry in existence. And if you would like some more information on that, by all means, I'd love to put you in touch with some information. I just want to encourage you not to, contact Weird Uncle Ned and take his word for it if Uncle Ned's not already a fairly successful business person. Okay. Here's what we know in network marketing. This point happens that the 10% happens about $50 million a month. So if we did $214 million last year, we're probably somewhere here in about the 5 to 7% mark. Okay. Now, if we hit this 10%, it'll be great. If we don't, it won't. What else do we know about this point? We know that companies like Nu Skin, Melaleuca, Herbalife, Avon, they all hit this point between 200,000 and 250,000 distributors. So how many does Lifevantage have right now? We've got around 88,000 worldwide. We are in the US, Canada, Mexico, Philippines, Australia, Hong Kong, Thailand. We're just about to open up the UK, which I think is pretty exciting. Okay, but this is what we've got. Okay, that matches up right about here with this number. We know that it's going to be hitting this number of 50 million a month about when we've got 200 to 250,000. But that only means anything to us if we hit this mark. That's the only time it matters. So let's talk about, now, do you guys recognize this growth curve? Remember we had another growth curve for NRF2, okay? NRF2 is the one thing, if you pay attention to nothing else in this is what I want you to focus on. NRF2, okay? Again, 1994, they had one study. Now they've got more than 5,500, okay? Last year in February, they had the first international symposium on NRF2 science at Cambridge in England. And there was some fascinating stuff there. There was information on, like I said, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, dementia, liver failure, kidney failure, gout. I mean, just so many different things. And it is what the entire pharmaceutical industry is going after right now. Google bought a pharmaceutical company to chase NRF2. They kind of get to do inside trading because they get to see what all the people search, so they know how to put themselves in front of trends. If they know how to put themselves in front of trends, maybe you should too. Let's look at something. There was a company called Biogen, and Biogen made an NRF2 activator for multiple sclerosis. Now, in order to claim that they are actually an NRF2 activator, they have to have a third-party scientific research study performed. And that scientific research study found that BG12, also known as Tecfidera, activates NRF2 to 17 points. Okay, it costs roughly $55,000 to $60,000 for BG12, and they got a whole bunch of side effects, nausea, vomiting, all kinds of fun stuff. But it does activate NRF2 to 17 points, and it costs $55,000 to $60,000. Here's what's interesting about this. This was a study commissioned by a pharmaceutical company to verify their NRF2 viability. And in that exact study, they noticed Protandim. Okay? And what they found out was Protandim delivers 135 points of NRF2 activation. And it costs $40. Now, would you rather have something that's more than 8 times more effective for like 1,000th the price? My math's probably not even on, but that's my back pain drugs talking. But this is an easy decision to make. Okay, so what we have to look at is I'm going to come back up here to the S curve. Remember how we said if it hits 10%, it'll go to 90% in the same amount of time or less. Well, this company's been cranking out in the network marketing field for about 6 years. So let's say, now this gets exponential. Let's say that it happens in the next 2 years. Okay, in the next 2 years, if we hit this 10%, which we're already scientifically proven to be the most effective, then it'll go from 10 to 90 in the same amount of time or less that it took to go from 0 to 10. So if it's been 6 years, it takes 2 years. So there's 2 years plus another 8 years. So we've got 10 years until you cap out right here at the 90%. Following me so far? Okay. So what we have here is we have third-party research validating that we are not only good, but we are the best by an exponential amount than the pharmaceutical companies out there. And our first patent doesn't expire. You ready for this? For 11 years. We have an extra year of buffer, and that's if this is a conservative estimate. It doesn't happen until 2017. This will happen before 2017. It's already happening. The amount of research and the amount of scientific data that's coming in. Here's another thing you need to check out in the description below, nrf2science.com. That'll just break you through some of the skincare, the cancer care, the cardiovascular, the canine health, okay, athlete side of things. This is going to happen whether you do something about it or not. If your life is not where you want it to be right now, if you want something more and you don't have your plan B already, you should really be looking at this. You should really be investigating this, because this isn't a question of if. This is a question of is. This is like knowing exactly what Microsoft was going to do in 1984, okay, and being able to do something about it. So I'm very excited about this. To me, this is a proven fact, okay? This is why I'm sitting here with you in the middle of the night, hopped up on back pain drugs, trying to share this with you so you can see what's going on. Okay. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, though. Everybody wants to know how much it costs. Okay. And how quick can I make my money back? Okay. First off, if any of you have ever started a company before, you'll know that most companies cost at least a minimum of $5,000 to start up. Matter of fact, if you listen to Dave Ramsey, he says 80% of companies are started on $5,000 or less. So let's take a look at starting up a company with Lifevantage, and then we'll also talk about a little bit about what you would need to do with that. Okay. So $1,200 is what we're looking at. Okay. This gets you your business in a box. What do you get for that? You get $1,000 of product. I think it's a little bit more than that, but it's $1,000 of product. And these are products that you're going to be using already. Skincare that cuts, years off of your face. Oxidative stress reducers that everybody needs. Energy drinks, which most of you are probably drinking in the morning just to get up and going. And then about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you get that 3 o'clock feeling, as those other energy drinks always are talking about. And some of you are buying health insurance for your dogs. Why not have something that just ensures the health of your dogs and lowers their oxidative stress, just like it lowers oxidative stress for you? And then a lot of people are doing weight management. Well, you've got that now from your own business. And that's all included in this $1,000. Okay, that's $1,000 of product. Here's the other thing that really starts fascinating me. As a business person who's run my own businesses, they're going to include in this $1,200 your website. They're going to do all of the shipping for you. You don't have to pay for shipping, which means you also don't have to pay for a warehouse. You don't have to store a whole bunch of stuff in your garage. You don't have to have your living room full of boxes to the ceiling. Kind of cool. They're also going to take care of your merchant services. They're going to do all your credit card charges for you. They're also going to take care of your customer service for you. That's all included for $1,200. Now, if you've been in the business and entrepreneurial field and you wanted to go see like a John Maxwell, a John Acuff, if you wanted to go see Seth Godin speak, you're looking at some extremely expensive tickets. However, with that $1,200, if you want to go see the top people in this industry perform, they include a ticket to your first major meeting that breaks down exactly what you need to do to build this business. I'm going to give you a little hint there at the end on what that is. But let's be honest, $1,200. Right now, there's a statistic that most American families are a few months of being $200 to $300 short on their budget. If they were short on their budget for 2 to 3 months by about $200 to $300, it would put most people into foreclosure or bankruptcy. Now, you can check that on the Department of Labor. I'll look for the information and see if I can include it in the description below with everything else. But that being said, how quick do you want to make that $1,200 back? I want to make it back yesterday. I want to make it back the day I start. So let's talk about a few of the ways we get paid. Okay? How quick do you want to make that money back? Pretty fast, right? Okay? So every single person that you show this to that sees it like you and I see it, and they decide they want to get involved, the company's going to pay you $500 up front. Boom. Here you go. Thanks. Where'd that $500 come from? It came from the fact that they're not paying advertisers. They're not paying retail stores. Okay. This is the direct distribution model of how business is done in the United States. Well, and really in the world. So they're going to pay you $500. So let's say you got 3 people, right? Well, there's $1,500. What happens if you show 5 people? $2,500. Oh, by the way, with all this stuff, really, you're going to be using the products anyway. So one person, you made your money back. Really, if you're not going to use any of these products, you're going to use them for business, which I'd also suggest that. 3 people, you got all your money back. We got people who are getting all their money back the first day they sign up. We got some people that are taking 3 weeks. Some people are taking a month. Here's the other thing. Some people never get their money back. You know why? Because they sign up and they expect money to come in. It doesn't work that way. There's simple things we can do and we can teach you because there is a system in place. Okay. Here's what's cool when you get 5 people in 1 month. The company goes, hey, you're really moving and shaking. Thanks for doing that. And they kick in an extra $1,500. And then they kick in like an extra $1,000. Long story short, if you've got 5 people that come in the same month at this level, it's an extra $5,000 in your pocket. Could $5,000 help you out right now in your budget? Could that make a bit of an impact? Could that maybe change your budget for the next few months? What if that's all you ever did? Just make a $5,000 nut. Well, you made $3,800 because it cost you $1,200 to invest. Okay. Here's the other. Now we get paid 7 ways when you include the free Jeep, which these Jeeps are gorgeous. But monetarily, you get paid 6 ways. But one of the other ways we get paid is residual. And right now, here's the one that I like the most. Okay. Residual money is money that you make once and it comes in again and again and again and again and again. Right now, you and I are going to work. We're going to go to work tomorrow. We're going to work, and we're going to get paid once on payday. And then next Monday, we're going to start over again. We're going to work. And then we're going to get paid again. And then the next Monday, we're going to work. Residual, you make the money once. And you get paid again and 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 again. And then you die. But wait. Then it goes to your kids. And it comes in again and again and again and again and again. That fires me up. Because my kids don't start down on the ground. They start right here on my shoulders. You raise your kids right, and you give them a boost where they come in to having money, and you raise them right to know how to use that as a resource to benefit their communities, themselves, and their families. You are giving a gift not only to yourself, but you are giving a gift to the entire world. Okay? When you look at this, let's just use some basic simple math. You show 5 people. Who show 5 people? 5 times 5 is 25. Thank you. I heard you in the back there. And then they tell another 5 people is 125. Thank you, Mary. I don't know. Sue. Mary Sue. Okay. Long story short, that's 155 people. This equals $30,000 a year in base wage. That's one of the financial ways we get paid. One. That's kind of cool. Then you get into the disgusting, stinking nuts money where people go, that can't possibly be true. But when you really dig into the money, it is. Okay, let's stick with this 555 analogy. Let's say you showed 5 people. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every single one of these people, whatever their check is, whether it's a $500 check or a $5,000 check, the company is going to pay you a 10% matching bonus. And that doesn't come out of their check. So if Jerry makes $1,000, you're going to get $100 from the company. You didn't do any of the work. Jerry did the work. You get $100. Here's where it gets ridiculous, and this just starts blowing my mind. This goes down another 4 levels, okay? But they don't pay 10%, they pay 5%. Oh, man, that's half. Well, when you really look at it, in this scenario, you're getting 10% on 5 people. You're getting 5% on 150 people's checks. This is where money gets really stinking ridiculous. I'm going to put a link in the details page here below that shows an earnings claim statement. This is a legal a legal document. It's going to be on our Facebook page, LV Connector Facebook page. And it is a legal document that shows you exactly how much people make in this company. A lot of people hide that. We don't. When this company was put together, we looked at the average for commissions in the network marketing field. And the average is 13 to 17% commissions. But because the top leaders in this company are the ones who put together the compensation package, Lifevantage pays close, just above or below 50%. You get 50% commission at what you're doing it right now. When I was in solar, I did $2.4 million with the company. Did I get 50%? No. That would have been nice. I got 3%, and they argued with me that I was getting paid too much. This is significant. This works. Okay? My question for you would be this. Are you completely satisfied with what you have? Do you have things that you've been putting on the back burner of your life? If you do, take it from an expert. Things that go on the back burner of your life get broken down, they get tore up, they get ignored, and eventually they're gone. Don't let that happen. Don't let it happen to your health. Don't let it happen to your relationships. Don't let it happen to your parenting. Don't let it happen to any of the resources that have been entrusted to you. What I showed you guys today is not a question of theory. It is a question of fact. If you are looking for something more, it doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be grandiose. If you're looking for anything more, this is worth you checking out. This is worth you really dialing in and saying, I need more information. Now, we usually find 3 different categories. Some people say, thanks, but no thanks, not interested in any of it. No problem. I'm not here to convince you. I'm looking for 10 people in the next 10 days who are going, yeah, I need something more and I don't have it. I want more information. Okay? There's 350 million people in this country. If you're not one of them, cool, no problem. I'll see you on the slopes, see you on the road, see you at church, see you wherever. Okay? There's probably 8 out of 10 people who really realize the value of the products. And I try not to get into testimonials here because testimonials are dangerous. The science is incontrovertible. So if you look at nrf2science.com, again, link in the description below, it gives you a really good overview. I'm also going to put a list of common oxidative stress diseases that you can look at in the links below as well. So a lot of people just want to look at this for the products, for having better health, for having more energy, more vitality, for feeling younger. But if you're looking for something where you can break free of your current job picture or your current money-making picture, maybe you're a business owner, you make good money, but you are tired of the stress. Maybe you're tired of working for somebody else's dream and not your own. If you want more information, I want to encourage you to go to our Facebook page, get in touch with me, and let's really explore this and see how we can fit it into your life. Now, I'm going to be posting another video next, and this is about the basics. You're probably sitting here going, what in the world do I have to do this? I can't do a presentation like that. Well, guess what? Here it is on YouTube. You can share this to anybody. And the basics of how to run a business like this, I'm just going to do this, take 2 more minutes, okay? The basics of how to do this business are this simple. A, B, C, okay? In ABC, there's an advisor. That could be me. That could be the person who showed this video to you. There's the bridge. That's you. That's the person making the introduction. And there's a contact, the person that we're showing this to. And your job is this simple. You don't need to know any of this. As a matter of fact, the less you tell somebody up front, because they're going to start asking questions, the less you tell somebody, the better. Get their attention by saying something like, hey, John, I just saw this thing that a friend of mine posted to YouTube. I think you're going to be interested. When can I get you on the phone with him? You guys were talking about needing some better health. You guys were talking about needing to bring in some extra money. When can I show it to you? When can I put you on the phone with this guy? That's as simple as this business is. And not everybody's looking. You're not trying to convince anybody to do this. There are enough people in your circle of friends, in your circle of influence, that are looking for something. Let's see if this captures their fancy. Thanks, guys, for putting up with me in my back pain, drug-induced fuzz. It may not have made perfect sense, but I think if somebody's looking, this probably captured your attention enough to start asking some questions. So ask some questions. Let's go move forward and see if this is something that'll work for you. Hope to see you guys on the trail. Thank you so much. And go become who you are meant to be. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.